Now it's time to take into account the grouped data. So let us calculate arithmetic mean in the grouped data beginning with discrete series. Hello everyone. In the previous video, you have understood how arithmetic mean can be calculated in individual series by all the three methods. Now we shall discuss its calculation in discrete series. Recalling discrete series, it is also called as ungrouped frequency distribution. In discrete series, the values of all the units are arranged in groups which are exactly measurable. So all the values of the variables are divided into certain groups, and various values of the variable are represented along with their corresponding frequencies. Frequency means the number of times that value occurs. Now let us understand how is arithmetic mean calculated by direct method in the discrete series. Let's begin with its steps first. Step 1 is to construct a table with 3 columns. As is shown here, column 1 is X, that is the values of the variable. Here the variable is daily expenses per person. Second column is number of persons per family, which is frequency. Third column is the multiplication of values of variable and its frequency, called Fx. Then you need to arrange the data X in the first column. Then place the corresponding frequency F of the data in the next column. And then multiply each data, that is X, with corresponding frequency, that is F, to get Fx, and tabulate it against each data in the third column. Then you need to sum up all the Fx, which is called as summation of Fx. Also add all the frequencies, called sigma f. Then find arithmetic mean by applying the formula x bar is equal to sigma fx by sigma f. Let us understand how is arithmetic mean calculated by direct method through a numerical example. So this example is about the daily expenses given in rupees and persons per family. The question is to find out average daily expenses per person of 6 families by direct method. So let's go by the steps. You need to draw 3 columns. Daily expenses, that is the values of the variable X, number of persons, the frequency, and Fx. You tabulate the daily expenses in the first column as given here, like 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and 100. Then next is tabulate the number of persons per family in the second column, which is frequency. It is given as 4, 7, 5, 8, 4, 8, 2. So same is mentioned here. Then next is to tabulate in the third column Fx, that is values of variable X, 40, multiplied by frequency, which is 4, it is 160. Similarly, for the next value, 50 into 7, 350, and find out in the similar manner for rest of the values. Then have the summation of Fx, which is 1890, and have the summation of frequencies, which is 30. And finally, find out average daily expenses or arithmetic mean by applying this formula, sigma fx by sigma f, which is 1890 by 30, and it is 63. So the interpretation is that per person average daily expenses is rupees 63. Now let's understand the shortcut method of finding arithmetic mean. And we begin with its steps. Shortcut method is useful when data values are large numbers. So step 1 is to arrange the data in ascending or descending order. Then you need to draw a 4-column table as is shown here. Column 1 is the values of the variable, which is daily salary in this case. Column 2 is the number of workers, which is frequency. Column 3 is finding deviations, that is x minus a, where a is the assumed value. And finally, you have 4th column, which is FD, frequency multiplied by the deviations. So you need to tabulate the data, x in the first column, then tabulate the frequency in the second column and have the summation, which is sigma f. Then make an assumption of assumed mean from the given data. If data is in even numbers, then you need to apply n by 2 to find the assumed mean. But if the values are odd numbers, then you need to adopt n plus 1 by 2 to find the assumed mean. And then you need to find the deviations or the difference between each data and assumed mean, like d is equal to x minus a. Then tabulate the product FD and sum up FD, then estimate summation of FD divided by summation of F, and then find arithmetic mean, which is a plus sigma FD by sigma F, where a is the assumed mean and rest we have already found. Now let us understand the shortcut method of finding arithmetic mean in discrete series. We have already understood its steps. The numerical example here is about the daily wages of workers. The information provided is daily wages as X in rupees, given as 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 and 100. Number of workers are the frequencies given as 15, 25, 10, 30 and 20. Now following the steps, first step is to draw a 4-column table, then tabulate the daily wages in the first column as X, tabulate the number of workers in the second column as F and find its summation. Like as is given here, X, F. Then next is find the number of wages data point. Here it is 6. So one can find assumed mean by applying n by 2, which is 6 by 2 in this case and 3. So assumed mean is 60. Then tabulate in the third column the deviations or the difference between the data and the assumed mean, x minus a. So in the first case, 40 minus 60. So it will be minus 20. Next, it will be 50 minus 60. It will be minus 10. And similarly, one can find deviations for all other values. And then we need to tabulate the 4th column by multiplying these deviations with the frequency. That means in the first column it will be 15 into minus 20, we have minus 300. Then 20 into minus 10, we have minus 200. And similarly, one can multiply frequency with deviations in each case. And finally, you need to have its summation. Summation of frequencies and deviations is 1000. Summation of frequencies is 100. Then we can find arithmetic mean by applying the formula A plus sigma FD by sigma F, where A is the assumed mean, which is 60. Sigma FD we have found as 1000, sigma F as 100. So we get answer as rupees 70. So the interpretation is that average daily wage of workers is rupees 70. Now let's move on to the step deviation method of finding arithmetic mean. Let's understand its steps. You need to first arrange the data in ascending or descending order, then draw a 5-column table. Tabulate the data X in first column and frequency in the second column and find the summation of frequency, sigma F, like it is exhibited here. Then you need to find assumed mean. Assumed mean can be found keeping in view the data available. If the data is in even numbers, then you need to apply n by 2 to find assumed mean. But if the data given is odd, then you need to apply n plus 1 by 2 to find the assumed mean. Then you need to find deviations as shown here, d, which is x minus a. X is the data given, a is the assumed mean. Then in the next column, you need to find common factor and then find deviation dash, which is deviation divided by the common factor. And then you multiply deviation dash with the frequency and find its summation. Finally, this formula is applied to find arithmetic mean. That is, arithmetic mean is a plus sigma fd dash by sigma f into c. A is assumed mean, d dash is deviation dash, which we can find by finding the common factor and dividing deviations by the common factor, then having its summation. And sigma f is the summation of the frequencies, c is the common factor. Let us now understand the step deviation method of finding arithmetic mean through a numerical example. This numerical example is about the daily wages of the workers. One needs to find average daily wage by step deviation method. Information is there are 15 workers who get rupees 40 as daily wages, 20 workers who get rupees 50 as daily wages, 5 workers who get rupees 60 as daily wages, 10 workers who get rupees 70 as daily wages, 30 workers who get rupees 80 as daily wages, and 20 workers who get 100 rupees as daily wages. So one needs to find out the average daily wage of workers. Beginning with the steps. First step is that you need to form a table with daily wages as first column, number of workers, which is frequency, as the second column, find deviations, then find deviation dash, and finally multiply deviation dash with frequency. So one also needs to find summation of frequency, sigma f. To find arithmetic mean by step deviation method, you need to have assumed mean. Here we notice that the information is for 6 values of daily wages. So we shall apply n by 2 to find assumed mean, which is 6 by 2 is 3. So we have 60 as the assumed mean. And then find deviations from the assumed mean, x minus a, which is 40 minus 60 minus 20, 50 minus 60 minus 10, 60 minus 60, 0, and so on. Then further, you need to find deviation dash by finding the common factor. Here common factor is 10. So divide each value of deviation by 10. And we get minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, and 4. Then multiply this deviation dash with the frequency in the last column and have its summation. Summation of deviation dash multiplied by frequency. And finally, we apply the formula a plus sigma fd dash by sigma f into c. Substitute the values and you get the answer as rupees 70 is the average wage of daily workers. To sum up, arithmetic mean in discrete series can be found by three methods. One, and the simplest one, is direct method, where x bar is equal to sigma fx by sigma f is the formula that can be used. Second is shortcut method, where the formula is x bar is equal to sigma fd by sigma f, where d is deviation and is found as x minus a. X are the values and a the assumed mean. Third method is step deviation method, where the formula is x bar is equal to a plus sigma fd dash by sigma f into c, where d dash is deviation by c and d is the deviations, that is x minus a, x the values and a the assumed mean, and c is the common factor. I hope you have understood all the three methods of finding arithmetic mean. Shortcut method and step deviation method are used generally where the data is large. The simplest one is to adopt direct method to find arithmetic mean. But it all depends on the type of information available in order to decide which method should be used to find arithmetic mean. In the next video, we shall discuss the continuous series of finding arithmetic mean. Till then, keep reading and keep learning. Thank you. To learn more, visit our website and enroll in our courses to master economics and get a higher score in CBSE and CUET examination. With our current introductory offer, you can enroll in each of the courses for just Rs 999. So, seize the opportunity and join before the introductory offer expires. Like, share and subscribe to EcoStudies channel. Also, drop a comment. See you in the next session for another concept. Thank you.